It's 5 o'clock on this Thursday, December 24th, 2020. Direct from our newsroom in Norton. Disappear. Chill. 5 o'clock news on this Thursday, December 24th, 2020. Time is 5 o'clock. Norton temperature is 54 degrees. I'm Peter J. Williams, reporting to the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news is House GOP kills bid for $2,000 in stimulus checks. Brexit, Boris Johnson nails a free trade deal with the European Union. Frustrated Trump met with Pence before holiday break. Turnoff in Georgia's Senate runoff. Election surges past 2 million voters. U.S. weather. Storm Harold hit a coast with rain, snow, and winds. Balloon boy. Parents pardoned by Colorado governor for 2009 hoax. Great Fire forces Christmas Eve evacuations north of San Diego. California becomes the first state to record 2 million coronavirus cases. Bacon pushed back on Trump partners and his complaints about stimulus bill. 96% of Democrats say Biden was elected fairly, just 20% of Republicans agree. Pope at Christmas Mass. Jesus comes as a child to make us of children and golf. Russian vaccine was met with skepticism from the public. Vaccines will work against new coronavirus variants spreading through UK and South Africa, experts believe. Alibaba faces a crackdown in China. Its stock is sinking. Stocks goes higher in all-day shortened week as look at the stocks. The Dow up 70.04 at 3199.87. S&P 500 up 13.05 at 3703.06 and Nasdaq up 33.62 at 1204.73. XRP liquidation soars. SEC lawsuit token airdrop whipsaw markets. Hawaiian Airlines CEO says they're on the office about 2021 travel 3 new routes. 120-year-old chocolate found in Australians' port papers. No cruise tourists this year, but there's hope for 2021. South Korea is on its track to vaccinate 46 million people. The Trump administration has ordered all goods produced in a key area of the occupied West Bank labeled made industrial for custom purposes, granting de facto recognition of Israel's sovereignty. Canada said it supports freedom of expression when requested to comment on South Korea's ban on anti-Pyongyang leaflets. A Pakistani court ordered the release Thursday of a British-born militant who was charged with kidnapping the death of American journalist Daniel Pearl 20 years ago. New COVID-19 cases in China's capital and other cities could be placed. Authorities on alert as Chinese state media downplays the cases of Beijing, Tianjin, and Chengdu. Thousands evacuate after fire breaks out near Camp Pendleton in California. Nomad tracking Santa Claus journey around the world. U.S. mortgage rate for 30-year loan sinks to a new record low. In news around the region, at least 2 people driven from a house fire on Cottage Street in Norton. In North Attleboro, World Insurance Associates LLC has acquired R.S. Gilmore and Insurance Agency of North Attleboro terms of the transaction not disclosed. Veteran police officer dies of COVID on Christmas Eve in Taunton. Sucks with his souls, joining the Dement View mission. East Bridgewater home, woman now home with her family. Level searches were leaders of the pack. Drug overdose deaths back in Oregon. U.S. CDC says dispatch of pandemic continues to dramatically increase. CDC says up to 420,000 deaths by mid-January, and California first state to 2 million cases and 40 million Americans face infection. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine ready administered in the Houston area with a dual core priority. And black doctor dies of coronavirus after reported racist treatment at Indiana hospital. NASA says mega rocket hot fire just delayed after early shutdown and field trial. Atomic steel nanowires can be now produced at scale. Jupiter. Peter Chilton News Time is 5:04 sports time. Dwayne Haskins to start Washington's Week 16 game versus the Panthers. Report. And Browns put Jedrick Wills on COVID-19 list will play Sunday. Peter Joel News Time, 5 after 5 on this Christmas Eve evening. Time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check. Beep, MBTA subway system. Looking good. Commuter rail looking good. And the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, let's take a look at highways and byways of New England on this Christmas Eve. Route 3 is up on side, a little bit slow around the Braintree split, and otherwise, 7 New England highways are looking good. New York City looking good. Northern New England looking good. Peter Joel News Time, 5 after 5 on this Christmas Eve evening. And it's time now for a weather report. A strong frontal system will bring up the Appalachians will bring strong damaging winds, heavy rain, minor flooding, and well above normal temperatures. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, travel cold near suitable temperatures. This weekend, net shut of rain and there may be some snow mixing as late on Monday and early Tuesday. As anomalously deep full altitude mid-level. Trail is located over the Mississippi Valley. Powerful frontal system associated with this trail will be moving eastward into the first southern New England starting late Christmas Eve night and the first part of Christmas Day. And forecast and active headlines in general. Little change found in the 12C regards. This is expected to bring on multitude of weather-related hazards. Strong damaging wind gusts, heavy rainfall, which could trigger flooding. Minor coastal flooding and possible embedded thunderstorms. Each of these hazards to be discussed below. Strong damaging wind gusts and press a low level check to the Cove. Trask versus eastern and southern sections of southern New England. Overnight tonight in the Christmas morning, and the fact that 12 and 950 millibar jet approaches 80 knots between 9 and 15 Z and double 850 millibars remain near the top end of the kilometer percentile in each of those points. Rain and give a potential high and wind episode and X and the mixing in question with NAM-based profiles being slightly cool, less unstable than GFS. However, given the non-drill temperature and dew point trends, both expected to rise overnight. Early Christmas with 60-degree temperatures and mid-50 dew points. Low-level stability profiles should support a period of peak wind gusts up to 65 miles per high wind warning area, and with localized 70 mile per gust possible. 45 to 55 mile per hour gust further in the interior where the wind environment is expected more removed from the strongest low level jet, and wind will continue to ramp up tonight. But the period of strongest southerly wind gusts is overnight to late morning on Christmas Day. Heavy showers may enhance the gusts with some indication of a fine lineup, and then showers with even a few rumbles of thunder that could tap into the stronger jet a bit better. It's worth mentioning that gusts discovered but won't last the entire time frame. However, the gust trend should resemble something of a bell curve, ramping up to a brief period of maximum gusts, then subsided, then the potential exists for numerous trees and power lines to be down, particularly high wire and warning area. A flood watch remains in effect. To the potential for rainfall combined with snowmelt that may yield a real low-lying flood that raises. On mainstream and small creeks and streams, a fairly slow low nature of the front combined with highly anomalous IVT valves for late December support forecast QPF valves in the 2 to 3 inch range. Heaviest across western Massachusetts, western Connecticut. Rain will continue to be spread slowly eastward tonight, with the heaviest rains falling between overnight tonight and to Christmas Day. And any convected elements could be in rain rates. And over the low-lying area, rail flooding will be a concern tonight and to Christmas Day, especially where any leftover snow may clog swim drains. Rivers be experienced rises. For latest NERC river forecast guidance, most rivers experience within bank rises into the weekend, but still gain points on the Connecticut River are forecast to reach minor flood stage category, as well as these get wherever and above from further upriver in Vermont, New Hampshire. As dew points rise in the mid-50s overnight at some very shallow and displays generated, as mentioned, similarly great filthy progress so good of giving a good indicator of convective fine line weather into southern New England between 09Z to 16Z. So we get a few rumbles of thunder on Christmas morning as this fine line event is eastward, which could transport strong gusts to the surface and give it a strong fall, leaning extreme deep layers. You will need to keep watch the radar. And voice of the cloud also flood advisory for South Coast of Red Eye, Massachusetts around tonight, high tide. High tide expected around 4 a.m. this morning. Later surge at guidance indicated 3-foot storm surge expected on South Coast, situated as anomalous jet core. While the strongest winds still look to occur after high tide, if it winds ramp up sooner, then the potential for minor coastal winds on the South Coast could be realized. Anticipating minor coastal winds in the New York shore along with minor beach erosion. Okay. Okay, take a look at the radar, and it shows rain showers down the line from central to western Mass down to Connecticut, and zooming out, rain straight the line from southern Quebec all the way down to Washington, D.C., and down to eastern North Carolina, and ever back to rain showers from western PA all the way down to Georgia. And take a look at the current conditions around the region. 54 in Boston, 51 in Providence. It's 54 in Fall River, 54 in Falmouth, 54 in Warwick, 52 in Nantucket, 51 in Provincetown, 55 in Putnam and Worcester, 55 in New Haven, 49 in Hartford, Connecticut, 53 in Bridgeport, 49 in Hartford, Connecticut. It's in Springfield, Mass, 48 in Torrington, Connecticut, 52 in New York City, 45 in Albany, New York, 48 in Rutland, Vermont. It's 43 out in Laconia, New Hampshire, 46 in Sefton, Maine, and 47 in Portland, New Hampshire, 48 out in Portland, Maine. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. Okay, we are under a high. Okay. High wind warning and flood watch, and we are in a high wind warning effect. South winds 25, 35 miles, like that's up to 65 miles by expecting approaches of eastern and northeastern and southeastern Massachusetts and northern and southern Ireland. And from midnight tonight to 4 p.m. Fridays, and then winds will pull down trees and power lines, and westward power lines are expected, and trouble will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles, and people should avoid being knocked to the forest service and around trees and branches if possible. Remain at low levels of your home during a windstorm and avoid windows used caution you must drive. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. It goes like this. It's going to be slight shadow before 7 p.m. then. Rain may after 7 p.m. Temperature rises to 62 by 4 a.m. Breezy with a south wind about 14 and 21 miles an hour with a gust of size 50 miles an hour. Chance is 8%. New percent 3 and 1/4 days possible for Christmas Day. It's going to be raining, possibly a thunderstorm, and some storms produce gusty winds at every rain. Temperature rises to 63 by 11 a.m. then dropping to 52 during the remainder of the day. It's breezy with a south wind about 19, 24 miles an hour. Decreasing to 9 and 40 miles in the afternoon. Winds get size 65 miles an hour. Chance with 1% new percent between 2 and 3 inches possible. And expecting the worst of the winds between 5 and around 10, 11 a.m. is where you can see the gustiest of the wind. And Friday night, chance rain mean before 10 p.m. Mostly clouds got low about 27 degrees, up at about 9, 11 miles an hour. Gust size 22 miles an hour. Chance with 40% new percent between 1/4 and 11 inches possible. And if you lose power, don't call 911. Call National Grid or Eversource to report an outage. And hopefully, in Norton, we don't lose power, but if we do, when the winds die down, the power restoration can start about 2 p.m. Some could take days, but we'll see what happens. Okay, Saturday's gonna be sunny and colder with a high 35 and a low 20 degrees. West wind about 5 to 11 miles an hour for Sunday. Sun's got about 38 and a low 24. West wind about 3 to 6 miles an hour for Monday. Clouds got about 49 degrees and a low 30. And south wind about increasing to 5 to 10 miles an hour in the morning. West good size 21 miles an hour for Tuesday. Sun's got about 35 and low 20 degrees. West wind about 8 to 16 miles an hour. Good size 26 miles an hour for Wednesday. Sun's got about 37 to low 25. Northwest about 9 miles an hour and for Thursday. But check the shots. Put the sun's got about 44 degrees. South wind about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Chance of 40%. Currently, Norton, it's 54 degrees and overcast skies. That's going to be a bit of channel. 5 o'clock news on this December 24th, 2020 on a Monday evening. I'm Peter J. Winslow. You have a good evening. Goodbye. Just stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. See you at 10 o'clock for a 10 o'clock report. You have a good evening.